Welcome back, everyone. This is the VG Pierce. I'll be coming at you with some Season 14 action for the Global Vision Champions Cup playoffs. And I have to say, we have seen some pretty gripping matches. Amazon team making it through the Orc team. What a little bit of a surprise. But the biggest surprise of them all, the Dwarven team making it past the Chaos Dwarf team. I would not have suspected that in a million years. But here we are, a million years later. And the Dwarves have made it through the Chaos Dwarves. Not without having a few guys MNG, but worth. Absolutely worth it. Aren't you happy now that I misread you guys and played that match now, Joanian? An absolutely satisfying match. I'm glad you agree. I'm glad you agree. But now we are going to see Ducke, the Wood Elf team, taking on Aldreya's Necromancer team. Yes, indeed. And I do believe Ducke's in for a tear because I did opt to vote for him to get past everyone. And likely it's going to be heading into the championship match. But first, he's going to have to get through some big time troubles from the Necromancer team of Aldreya. Looking like he is going to be unstoppable as well. As we're going to see who will get the better of this. The interns of Athelorn, coached by Ducke, the Wood Elf team, taking on the Necromancer team of Aldreya. Bites the dust. If they qualify in any other way, then they have to tell us as far in advance as they can, pretty much right away, and they have to give up the ticket to whoever the next people are. So if they already earned a ticket from the CCL and they're in a private league and they're going to make it, then more likely it's better for the private league to give it to the next people, because as you can see here in the Champions Cup, how are we going to discern 5th and 6th place? There really isn't any real way to do it. So it's better for them in the private league, as the private league will have a even clearer 2nd or 3rd place person to give it to, right? So on the kickoff, Bites the Dust will be opting to receive the ball. So the Necromancer team will get the ball here, and the Wood Elf team will play some defense. As we're about to take a look at the skills. I can see already Aldreya with the Wizard in hand will make this a little bit more difficult for Ducke to win this match. But he will have his War Dancers there with the Strip Ball, with the Wrestle ability, and the Blodge for that War Dancer. Does have another catcher there with a block, and then another Line Elf there with nothing. And does have a tree right there in the way of this other guy in the backfield that I can't see. Does have Grab and Leader with the block ability on that tree. And does have yet another catcher there with the block sidestep, with the diving tackle. More catchers here with the +2 in move allowance with that block ability. And the sure feet, and does have the block and the sidestep. This is the big natural 1 move touchdowner. Does have Raj for that Line Elf over there. More Wrestle here for the front line. And then a no level up Line Elf for today's match. Necromancer team looking to stop the interns of Athelorn. Will be quite a feat today, but does have the Wizard in hand. As you can see already, we'll see what other inducers he has and in hand. But first, Necromancer team does have the Tackle Guard with the Mighty Blow for that White. Does have more Mighty Blow Guard with that Stand Firm. Does have the Flesh Golems. Does have the Block and the Guard. More Blocking Guard for them. And then does have the Zombie with the 30 player. And then, of course, the Ghouls. Definitely need those players here. Can't rely on the Werewolves for long, as they are for the hiddens. But will, as you can notice, just play with 1 Werewolf on the pitch. But still, it's going to be a bit of a danger one. Does have the tackle on him, and the block, and the dodge on him. Does have the dauntless as well. Of course, more zombies to come in there. All level 1s though. But does have the main ball carry. Does have sure hands, so going to be a little bit safe from the War Dancers. Or will he? Does have tackle on him as well. And have a zombie on the sideline. And that is it, my friends, as we take away the default skills, and we see no more inducements here for either sides. Necromantic team facing off against the dangerous Ducke. The double D's of Blood Bowl 2, my friends. The dangerous Ducke. Change of weather, nice. And I have to say, it's going to be pretty nice Blood Bowl weather as the Necro team will be trying to get that ball. Nice deep kick here. As we are set to be underway. Line Elves in the front line. They're going to get bashed down. Of course, you can't follow up though because you'll be right in range of that tree. So all these guys are going to get one time bashed up and that's about it. And they're going to be guarding them from getting based up as well because you don't want to follow up after a push. There's going to be the blitz on the left side. Going to be the Rogers though. Roger that. And we'll just be going down without an injury. So Necromantic team not yet getting any injuries. 3 hits and make that 4. But the zombie, he's like, look guys, I know how to do this. And he'll get the arm value break, but just a stun right there. Just a stun right there. And he'll step through because he's not afraid of the tree because he's brainless zombie. He's a brainless zombie, guys. Well, he's going to have the sure hands pick up Ghoul. The worm robber. And no failures on the pickup as the werewolf here on the right side. Not going to be moved from his original spot whatsoever. Just going to be hanging out. Don't know where to put him, so he's just going to keep him right there. And I have to say that the Wood Elf team and this Necromantic team, this could go either way, especially with the wizard in hand. This is definitely not a done deal for the Wood Elves whatsoever. And they'll be keeping that one turner on the pitch as well, so gonna try to play some defense with them. Doesn't have any more people coming out from the bench, so the Wood Elves really have to play quite carefully. But I guess luckily they are playing against the Necromantic team. Not a lot of tackle, but still does have to watch out for this white with the mighty blow. And the other werewolf here, but doesn't have mighty blow on him, but still always a danger. Just have armor value 7. Indeed. So it looks like Ducke here saying that he did lose the tackle war dancer and the level 5 thrower from today's match. Whereas Aldreya did lose out on his level 7 werewolf in the game before. So a little bit of a trade-off here. Both these teams suffering some injuries. So as you can see on the pitch, it's about, I would say about even. And with the wizard in hand, Aldreya might even say that they may have a bit of advantage here. If he can get some injuries out on this Wood Elf team, no big bench to speak of. So the Necromantic team does have a chance to win, but I guess a big name like Ducke, it's gonna be a tough feat for him to do so. And question here, Wayne Fair asked if Ducke should keep the agility 4 thrower. But Ducke said that he's agility 4 to agility 3, wasn't agility 5 to begin with, and so quite likely won't be keeping that thrower. Wood Elves now just going to be putting a big old screen here in front. Trees, if you can get some big hits out, then you definitely want that. And there we go, gonna actually push these people towards the tree. Nice plays here from Ducke, just these small little things to help you out to win the game. And that right there is all that is necessary, as you have 2 zombies now being tied up by the tree. So pretty good stuff. Gonna get a little bit nuffled there. Spin one of the precious rerolls, but that's why we have them right there. And there's going to be a nice big injury on the Wood Elf team. And not going to use the Apothecary on that man, but that will be reducing the advantage on the pitch down to 9 for the Wood Elf team. And I shouldn't say advantage, more like the personnel down to 9. So Necromat team, they will have the bigger advantage, being up 2 guys now on the pitch, and this is going to be a easier time, at least for the touchdown try. But you better watch out. As long as there's a War Dancer on the pitch, then they could jump in there. But will Ducke get aggressive with that War Dancer? I would say not, considering that he only has that 1 War Dancer in hand. So I do believe that he's just going to play it very conservative in today's game. If he has the opportunity, then he's going to do it for sure. But if he can keep the screen up, if he can keep the Necromantic team bottled up, then that's exactly what he wants to do. It's going to be a lot more difficult with 9, but at least he'll be able to play a little bit more conservative, keep as many elves on the pitch as possible throughout this match, and just make it to where he gets into the overtime period with as many elves as he possibly can and get the W in that way. Yes, I will be. Next up, Wayne Fair, is going to be Skaven team. Yes, indeed. Taking on the very dangerous, what is it, Spartaco's Chaos team, isn't it? So Spartaco, one of the most notable players, one of the top 3 players a couple years ago, 2016, from Italy, from the NAF. So watch out for that man. And there's going to be yet another armor value break, and more numbers advantage going the ways of the Necromantic team. And so this is looking like it's going to be quite an easy time here as Necromantic team should be making his way up. As long as he has the hard cage going, then it will make life a lot more difficult for this Wood Elf team to live. Yes, I did do the Chaos Dwarf and the Dwarf match. So this is the 3rd to last match that I'm casting. Actually, second to last match, I have to say. I got one more match after this. It's going to be Crystal Hunter versus Spartaco, Skaven versus Chaos in the next bit. So if you guys stay tuned for that, if you guys already know what happens in this game. But this is definitely quite a gripping one here, as the Wood Elves are absolutely getting whittled down a few guys. At least just going to be a couple of KOs. So not too big of a deal for the Wood Elf team, but still no bench to speak of. And if they stay KO'd for the duration of the match, this is just going to be an easy one for the Necromantic team to be had. Yes, indeed, Wayne Fair. Chorfs was just an absolute nuffling. I mean, you talk about chances, but when you just have no chance, then of course anyone could have won it from there. But I'm sure Notorious NOOB definitely will take that win, and definitely will take it to the World Cup. I'll tell you that much. And if I was Notorious NOOB, I'd be counting my lucky stars right now. There's a screen up, and as I said before, I do believe that with the War Dancer down to just 1 for Ducke's team, he is likely going to play it quite conservatively in this first half. Unlike the last game in which you saw Ducke just jumping in there with wild abandon with his War Dancers trying to get the ball out, this game he's going to play it a whole lot more solid, putting up the big old screen or the big old net against the cage, and just going to continue to stay out of range. And look at this nice formation, turn 6 coming up, and this is going to be the time which the Necromantic team really wants to push forward as hard as he possibly can. So at this point, Necromantic team should base up all of the Wood Elves, force the dodgeaways, and make it to where maybe Nuffling will give him an opening, or maybe even just make it to where the Elves are just not able to put back his formation in the proper shape, and then he's going to just take advantage of it by the end and get scored on by the end of the half. Thank you, Wayfair. Yeah, I know you're a subscriber, and I really thank you for that. Thank you. You are one of the few here, but at this point, I definitely cannot deny that this is always a pleasure to have people like yourself in here. So thank you. I don't know if we're going to see a lot of dwarves in the World Cup. I think people are going to just play what they like playing, to be honest. We're going to see some wood elves with strip ball and Russell, I think. But I do believe we're going to see a whole lot more of variation for the World Cup. But we'll see. I don't know. We did see quite a overwhelming number of dwarves in the 2016 World Cup. And I have to say, the best dwarf that came up in 2016 was 4th place. So a lot of dwarves in that World Cup, but didn't really exactly have a good showing by the end. Yes, indeed, Wayfair. Thank you so much for that. And Ducke does point out that yes, people will take them, and the Dwarves are one of the only teams that have a favorable matchup against Woodies in the NAF, and the overtime period just favors them even more. So if you're thinking about taking a Wood Elf team in the World Cup, then you're definitely going to be facing off against some Dwarves here as well. So definitely need to watch out. I mean, it's kind of a game here of Blood Bowl, right? I mean, who do you think is going to be? Who do you think they're going to pick, right? I mean, Wood Elves. You think you're going to see a lot of Wood Elves, but then if you think that, then you're going to see a lot of Dwarves as well. The dodge away, the KO earlier on the werewolf, and that's great, but the dodge away and Nuffle will likely provide a bit of an opening. In fact, I do believe there is a big opening here after the blitz here, likely on the War Dancer. If not, it's going to be on this catcher, and the Ghoul should have a easy time making it over. And just going to be a push, and he's not the sidestepping War Dancer because he got out in the last bit. So just needs to walk it in for this touchdown. Aldreya should be going up 1-0 by the end of the first half after playing a nice and clean first half. There is going to be the handoff actually to the Ghoul, and he's going to actually flub the catch. Oh no! Why? Oh my gosh! The catch flub, and man alive, after the blitz here, quite possibly should follow up to the white, and then oh gosh, and then maybe just get on over, but man, that is just too bad. Gonna try to hand it off to the Ghoul and not able to get the handoff, and so Wood Elves are gonna be able to play conservative defense and get away with it. Not even risking anything whatsoever on that, so Aldreya is going to get stopped. The Necromantic team going to go in scoreless to the first half, 0-0. The Wood Elves are going to get their KO personnel back one by one, but the Werewolf comes back. Zombies still going to continue to stay out, but not a big deal. Loads of zombies for the Necromantic team to come back in with. But now it's going to be the Wood Elf team's time to shine, and as I've said before, Wood Elves, they have a bit of the advantage, but do they? They're going to have to be facing up against a Wizard. So at this point, it's still about 50-50. But the Necromantic team, though, still needs to score to win. Yeah, we're likely going to see some Dark Elves in there in the World Cup. Wood Elves. So we're going to see people take Dwarves, I think. Just to take advantage of the number of Elves in the tournament. I mean, don't forget you could put a number of skills on your guys before the first game, right? So I mean, you could definitely do a lot of damage. Get your blitzers with tackle and mighty blow if you're playing the orc team. That's all you really need, right? Yeah, you're also going to see some Skaven in the games as well. But the nice thing though is that with the World Cup being the way it is, we're going to see quite a few more agility teams, and with that, it's going to be a lot more exciting games to watch. But we're still going to see our fair share of bashy teams, because I mean, there's just some coaches that just do not play agility teams. Speaking of agility, here we go. Wood Elf team of Ducke. Will we see Wood Elves from Ducke if he makes it past this round in the World Cup? Hey Ducke, which one do you think you're gonna play if you make it through? And with the one-turn touchdown threat lingering here in the backfield, the Necro team definitely cannot feel good about this. And as you can see there, with the wizard in hand, Ducke does not give it to the main ball carrier here, this catcher, so that he doesn't get lightning bolted and he doesn't lose his big one-turn touchdown threat. So the Wood Elves just going to hold the ball for as long as he possibly can, and then if the opportunity presents himself, he will make the quickie touchdown as soon as he is just barely in range. So he's got 10 movement allowance with that sprint, so he's got 13 in toto. So as soon as the runner is right here, I do believe that he's just going to get zappa-dappa by the lightning bolt, even if he has the ball or not. I would definitely be afraid of that one turn at this point, which is quite possibly one of the few weapons left on Ducke's team that you have to be aware of, besides the War Dancer with wrestling strip ball. But that is not the huge concern. Ducke's just going to hold the ball for as long as he possibly can. If he goes into overtime, then so be it. At this point, he just wants to bait out the wizard. He needs to get that wizard usage so that he'll have a much easier time winning. But at this point, Ducke always has to be very reticent of the wizard action. Yeah, taking Necro for the World Cup, it's going to be tough. You're going to be guard starved, and as I pointed out in the cross-platform cup in which Ducke played the Necromancer team, I was quite worried for Ducke's team, because sure, he's going to be able to get access to all the guard, but with all the other teams playing such bashier teams, it's just going to be a little bit more behind the 8 ball because of it. There's a nice little opening for the ball carrier to take advantage of, and he does. He's going to move into the backfield, and again, if he can bait the wizard out, then that's exactly what he's trying to do at this point. He's going to move up the pitch. So what if he gets zapped? Ducke's definitely feeling good about the return. If he can definitely get this touchdown, then he will. But of course, the Wizard will stop it. Necroman team's getting a little bit outmaneuvered at this point, so I do believe the Wizard's going to be likely to be used at this point. I think Ducke knows it as well. So here we go. There's the fireball, and actually the fireball does come out. And the ball carrier is going to be okay. He does take down the catcher, but the catcher is going to be okay afterwards. No armor value break there, so the Wizard, a big whiff. A big whiff. And I have to say that the way that Ducke has lined up his guys right there, actually putting the one-move touchdown right there, almost baiting out a fireball instead of the lightning bolt. But how can you resist? You would really love to see the fireball because you want to take down the one-turn touchdown and the ball carrier at the same time. But unfortunately, just gonna be the one-turn touchdown guy, and he wasn't even an armor value break. So big whiff. And the Necroman team knows it, and the Wood Elf team's absolutely in range for this touchdown, barring this ghoul getting in there in the face of the ball carrier. But he's just going to be a ghoul with blodge. And he does have tackle. But he does have a number of guys here that can get the assist up and at least get a one-die blitz if anything. But should be able to get a 2-die. Ooh, gonna be skulled up on the dice. The line elf goes down. Gonna get nuffled right there. And that right there, Aldreya, that's what he needs right here to get right back into this game. Necromantic team should be able to get at least 2-3 chances at the ball carrier with 2-die blocks all the way around. And there we go. Not going to waste your time here. Going to get that blitz here. Defender down, die. Oh, both dice too. Going to get that ball out. Guaranteed. Going to KO the main ball carrier as well. Big time plays here. Apothecary is going to be used right there. Cannot afford to lose him out for too much longer. Not only that, but going to be right next to the ball as well. Taking away squares. So the ghoul is going to come in and likely going to get the ball pick up and move back. And it will be all Necromantic team's time right here. Oh, there's absolutely going to be some troubles. Defender stumbles, but the white doesn't have tackle, so he's going to continue to be marking that ball up. Looks like it's going to be a 4+ pickup, and no problem when you roll the 6s like that. What a great strategy to be rolling 6s. Necromantic team definitely needed right there. And the Wood Elf team, they are looking to be a little bit more in trouble. Gonna free up the War Dancer, gonna get the KO from the Tree Bash. But will it be the blitz from the War Dancer at this point? Definitely needs to come through. But where's it gonna come from? Both of these guys have guards, so 2 red die blocks. Yes, it looks like it's gonna be just gonna be a push. Can't give him the both down die, but that would be enough to maybe open things up. Oh no, he's not. He's just going to continue to hit these zombies, free up some other players. There's the KO. Nice hit here. Take away some of these players on the pitch. Definitely needed here. Wood Elf team going to continue to tuck away the War Dancer behind the tree. Nobody's moving that guy. As we are going to see a little bit more marks here on the ball carrier. Going to get these two right in there. And the wrestle dodge going to be continue to be in the face, but with the defender down dive, pretty big hits from the white. Will be able to open things up for the school to hopefully be able to move away from danger. But no, he's going to do a 2-die block instead. Just going to be a push here. Not what he needed here, but there's a 2-die block here. Defender down on the 1-move touchdown, man. I think that's what Aldreya really wanted out of this here. Wanted to get down the 1-mover, trying to get the entry off with the mighty blow, but again, on value 7 holding up strong here in today's match. Did get a few entries earlier, but not really getting it right now. So the ball carrier is in slight danger now with the 2-die block. Not able to move the ball here, so we should see something coming up. And Ducke's pointing out in chat, he is out bashing the Necro team at the moment. But is it going to be the bash on the ball carrier? Yes, defender down die. Big dice here. Look at that. Only a both down or a defender down. Would have been good right there. And got it. Got it. Scatter's going to come out. Going to be an okay spot here for the Wood Elf team to maybe be able to take advantage as he clears out the zombie with the both down die. And the War Dance is definitely in range. Can leap in there at a moment's notice. Should see the blitz out, I think. If anything, if the white doesn't go down, there would be a blitz. But ooh, the stand firm is actually going to get that ball in a little bit of a zone. So we're going to have to leap in there on the 3+. But the 3+ pickup, not looking good, but it's going to bounce right back into the hands. The scatter comes right back after bouncing off the Wood Elf's stomach. And right back into the hands of the War Dancer. Oh man, lucky Ducky indeed. But still needs to survive one blitz. And, well actually he's going to be surviving one blitz. And also going to be a block here from the Werewolf. So with the guard coming in, will be an easy 2-die. Block with Frenzy. And it's going to push him around. And we'll have at least another try at it from the other ghoul if he's not going to be able to knock him down. But there we go. We'll get the defender down die. And nice big armor value break here. Going to produce the stun though. But the ball is out and right back into the hands of another Wood Elf. I cannot believe it. Lucky Ducky survives yet again. And he's in range for this touchdown. 3-die block coming out. And this is just all too much. All too much. The ghoul's going to have to jump around though. He might be able to put up some sort of defense. Yes, he is-ish. Not going to do the GF5 there. So he's just going to stand back and just hold for the time being. But man, alive. Talk about the ball going back and forth here. This is just having more ups and downs than being in a strip bar. Defender down. That's going to be able to free it up. Open things up here on this left side. Oh, big injury as well. And not only that, it's going to be an easy 2+ dodge away for this touchdown try. Yes, indeed. Lucky Ducky indeed. As Ducky goes up 1-0, Aldreya does still have a chance. Playing quite well throughout the tournament, but facing off against Ducky. My goodness, that fireball whiffed pretty hard as well, but still just in it. 2-turn touchdown, not out of the question. Does have a werewolf with that 8 movement allowance. Does have the 8 movement allowance werewolf, so if anything can make it back there, but you have to worry about the War Dancer with the strip ball and wrestle and even the leap in there, so likely is not going to be the guy that can get the ball right away, but can definitely move the ball to the pitch with the ghoul. He can't get the side cage or anything like that because that would be absolutely detrimental, so you're gonna have to cage up here on the right side and make the move, the 2-move touchdown. Oh great, that will help the Wood Elf team here. The Necro team really needs to get this one into overtime, if anything. There's the blitz. Beautiful defender down dice. So the right side is going to be completely wide open. Not only that, but the flesh gown will be able to step through and get another mark here on a catcher. So that would be just nice. As the right side is going to open up, should see a cage here. Werewolf should go down far of the pitch for a reception, and not only that, but the ball carrier should be trying to move up into that area here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Won't be able to move up too far. But the whites are going to be in range for the reception as well. So werewolves, whites, anything with a W, they're in range for the reception. Oh, they're both down die, so there's going to be the re-roll there, but doesn't matter. Cannot afford to get enough here, and nice big injury there, but all for naught. As the ball carrier cannot get Nuffled here on the pickup. He's going to back up here. He's going to absolutely go for the throw. Going to stay just out of range of getting blitzed down by the War Dancer. So it's going to hang back way back there in the backfield. So this is absolutely going to be a throw coming up. Necromancer team's hopes are going to rest on this throw. But with the Wood Elves, with so much movement allowance, should be able to put up a big old net here to catch the cage. And there the blitz. Going to be able to get the defender stumbles. We'll be able to take down the white. And not only that, but be able to hopefully mark up the werewolf. He's in range for his touchdown as well. The white, he's also in the equation as well. But there he's going to be just putting the Wood Elves in the best possible position. Two guys back here. Not only that, but marking up the werewolf, make things a whole lot more difficult. And here we go. The Necromancer team, he needs something here. He needs to maybe be freeing up somebody. At this point, I think maybe just getting the blitz off here and then just to be damned with everything. Just do some 4+ dodgies. I don't know. There's the blitz. And not going to be able to get away the sidestepping catcher. So the werewolf, he's going to have to catch it against the tackle zone and then dodge through a bunch of tackle zones himself. This is just going to be so much more difficult. 4+ catches, 4+ dodges. It's going to have to be so. So the ghoul, he's going to be making it far back. This also looks like a 4+ throw from there. So he's doing a GFI to make it a little bit easier, but the reroll going to be used there. So yes, he's going to be able to get the 3+ into the 4+, and he's going to flub the catch. Gonna flub the catch, and that is it. Aldreya does not get the catch, but afterwards it would have been all kinds of 4+ dodges, and those would have been miracles as well. So unfortunately, Aldreya, after having a great tournament, gonna fall to Lucky Ducke's strength. In turn, so at the lore, 34 blocks succeeded, 4 KOs and an injury. Keeping down the Necromancer team, 2 injuries, 2 KOs though. But man, that just was not enough against this Wood Elf team. So much strength, and Ducke, he moves on to the semifinals, and not only that, but joins the ranks of the other players in the World Cup, guaranteeing themselves a place. Notorious, NOOB, Unger, Jimmy Fantastic, and now Ducke will be one of the first few contestants in the 2018 Blood Bowl 2 World Cup. And why not? Why not? One more game left to play for today's matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, don't you guys go away. We're going to have that one coming up. And of course, if you guys haven't already, hit that follow button. And definitely hit that subscribe button if you're watching after the fact on YouTube. And like my videos. You'll see lots of Blood Bowl games and as well as strategy role-playing games as well. So you can definitely see all that madness from my channel. Oh yes, Aldreya really missed that werewolf for that match. I have to say that much. But in the end, with Ducke being down his War Dancer, he just had to play conservative defense there in the first half, and it worked. And it absolutely worked. Oh, nice. We'll take a look at that in just a few. But of course, I will just take a real quick break, as we are going to be covering the last match. So don't you guys go away. Be back in just 30 seconds.